Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Rhovanion campaign. I got a bit of interesting diplomatic information in the last season here. It looks like Dunland has made Tharbad its protectorate, which is really, really interesting. I need to get a spy over into the west here to see what's going on up around Tharbad. Because Dunland, as we've seen, did very, very well in cleaning out Rohan. They've held their own, certainly, against the Reunited Kingdom and might even be expanding. It looks like there's a tiny bit of Dunlandish territory over in West Gondor there. If they're beating Tharbad, that's really, really cool to see. So there's a bunch of other stuff that's happened. Tharbad and the Reunited Kingdom are allies and then broke their allies, possibly as a result of the Protectorate. I don't know, but let's actually check the diplomacy screen just to see. Okay, so they were a protectorate, and then they're not. They're at war again. So, as is the usual for the AI, if you've ever been on the receiving end of a protectorate offer, you know that that the AI will make you its protectorate if you accept and then attack you immediately sometimes. So it looks like, yeah, Dunland has gone down into the what is it, Thorenberg Keep. They've conquered that, and they've conquered into West Gondor. So that's amazing. I'm seeing what looks to be devastation down here. What else? Down around here. Interesting. Elsewhere, it looks like in the Heartlands, Gondor is holding its own. And here comes an army of Harad moving up through Ithilien. So that'll be another complication. So good. Keep everyone busy in that part of the world. That's just fine by me. Let's bring some men down here and get them retrained. But before that, we're up over 100,000 Mirian in the bank, so I thought it might be time for us to give another shot to the protectorate thing. Okay, here's our Rhovanion emissary. Let's see. It's 2 turns left. We'll give them everything. So yeah, 106,000, and no. Well, we'll see. You know, this may be a situation where they just won't submit. But I'm going to give it a shot once I have some more men here. The other thing that we're going to do is swap out generals. I really want this guy to be running Belegant. Although initially it looks like it's not doing well. I think he's going to be better here in the long run. He's intelligent, he's somewhat learned, and so we'll just go ahead and put that on local governance, a growth policy, and, you know, we'll see, because there's going to be some other... Actually, is there any point in doing this? Because there's literally nothing else I can build. We've already got the highest tier. Yeah, we've got everything built that we need anyway. We've got the highest level industry. So, maybe I don't need him. All right. I mean, eventually he'll get good and he'll start bringing in more cash, but yeah, it might be unnecessary. You know, maybe what I should do is move him somewhere else where we need a governor because we're going to be doing building. So where would that be? Yeah, I kind of think Dale. We don't have a good governor here. Well, we don't have much to build here either, though. Maybe Esgaroth? We've already got a governor there, though. Well, maybe he'll just be a spare. Might be good to have a spare family member around. Everyone up here is getting kind of old or dying off. So we'll use him for that purpose. Since Rhovanion didn't go for it, let's see if we can get Rune to change their mind. I'm really not expecting great things. Yeah, let's go ahead and lift the siege and see if they will accept. And that's a no. Alright. I think we need to wait a while. I said I wasn't going to try this every single turn, but I actually need to not try this every single turn. So it looks like we're getting closer to the end of Khand. Is there anything I need to build? I did, in between episodes, decide to destroy the Dominion building here in Thordram and start working on my own stuff. I think that's going to help us in the long run. And thankfully, no signs of North Rune around this part of the world. You know, I could probably actually use him in Rathwin. I am going to be building stuff here.
Captain.
Yeah, so let's do that. Put him in Rathwin. And I can get rid of the local governance, actually, in Belligant. Let's see, 12,000 Marion. So let's go for hosting halls here. Actually, you know what? We're going to get him in... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to get him in Belligant as well. But in Belligant, we're also going to get Rhovanion Watch, and I'm probably going to prioritize those guys because a heavy spear unit is just unique for Rhovanion. So March Wardens, it'll be good to have him in a bunch of different places. All right, and we did do some training, and we've now got a plethora of retainer longbowmen. I guess I'll keep like 4 of them around here and take 4 of them out to bring them down with these others for a total of 4 units of bowmen. Let's see if we have... I think the... Huh. I'm not seeing that full stack. So that's a little worrisome. But in Dale now we have a bunch of guys that can go anywhere basically to help out. Let's take these guys out of here as a matter of fact. And yeah, I'm not going to get those mercenaries just yet. But what we can do is just move them. If Holt goes under siege, we can now attack. And I feel very, very strongly about doing that with all those archers. All right, we've got an agent chased out of Raycoast. And I've seen rogues over here attacking my buildings or attempting to. All right, a scout has died in Dale. We've got a couple of young men coming of age. An expert governor, an expert commander here. Wow. And this guy in Rhovanost is inept. All right, so what we'll do with him is send him up north to be my kind of backup. Why don't you dip over here and check for mercenaries, I guess. All right, so we're going to add a couple cavalry to this army of Back the Hunter. And in Nerigzagil, so you've got an expert governor. Maybe actually I'll keep him here to take over running the city after the ruler dies. Got 11,000 to spend. Since I do have so much, let's go ahead on the Chieftain's Feasts, and then eventually we'll get up to where those actually make us money. But let's take one of these guys out, and let's bring him somewhere else. I'm thinking I want him over towards Rhovanost. This is kind of some insurance in case the western factions start to cause problems. Although, I mean, Rohan seems just totally fine. Yeah, they've got all their family members in there. Now, something that did just pop into my mind is the idea that maybe I could go over here and try to make them a protectorate. The problem with that, though, is that because Rohan and the Reunited Kingdom share a sort of unbreakable alliance, you would lose the protectorate immediately. Because the following turn, you'd be at war. Attacking Rohan would put you at war with the Reunited Kingdom. Then if you make Rohan your protectorate, that would work. But then the next turn, Rohan would choose to stay allied with the Reunited Kingdom, and thus you would not be their protectorate anymore. So, although that is a kind of an ideal scenario, you've got a single weak faction, very isolated, at war with a bunch of surrounding factions. it's not going to actually result in what you want. Okay, I can see the Bjornings did take over the High Pass stronghold. That's one of their victory conditions. But Adunabar is still holding the land west of the mountains. All right. Just sending him right into Wrathwind, where he's going to take up governance. Oh, we captured Garth on accident. We accidentally eliminated Rhovanion. Well, you know what? I'll take it. I did an oops, and I was not paying attention. All right, we can't let that happen with Rune. All right, well, you stubborn jerks, you get what you get. Old grievances forgotten. So here we've got to fire the script that is going to reset the alliances, so that Rune is now no longer allied with Rhovanion, and North Rune is no longer at war with Rhovanion. So this is actually a good thing in that it might make Rune feel a bit more diplomatically isolated, although they do have a couple of allies. But we are in slightly a better position there because they don't have an alliance with Rhovanion that may be making them feel a bit stronger than they really are. So given that, I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to try it every single time, but let's, now that they don't have anybody, let's see if they'll accept overlordship. Now, they don't have that extra ally. We'll offer them, you know, like a stupid amount of money. And they're not going to take it yet. Well, I've got nothing better to do, Rune. Like, I've got nothing better to do. I will just hang out here and wait for you to change your mind. But we absolutely cannot let that city fall because the faction will hoard up. All right, so we've got our hosting halls finished in Belligant, which is very, very exciting news. This gets us our Rhovanion Watch. Very expensive unit, but, you know, I'm going to train a couple of them. It takes 2 seasons just to get one. But we get another settlement. I wasn't really expecting that, of course. Okay, so now we got to move. We get to move quickly on North Rune. Shoot, because they're looking pretty strong, I've got to say. There's going to be a lot of fighting ahead. And yeah, I was not ready to start this. All right, this is a lot of Tier 1 and Tier 2 stuff. It looks scary, but it's kind of not. We're at 21 provinces controlled. We get 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, theoretically. I probably won't, again, I don't want to eliminate all North Rune settlements because that's going to make them hoard potentially too. So I need a couple more. 3 more, and you know, we could move over here towards mid-deeping and so on by attacking Adunabar, or the easy thing, quote unquote, would be to head towards the Bjornings. All right. Well, let's find that big stack, shall we? Where did they go? This is so frustrating. It was a full stack. I don't think it was this, because this is a unit of Bjorning Axemen, so it was a different army. And they moved somewhere different. All right, so we're gonna have to keep you guys around. This is unfortunate because this is an expensive army. What we could do, on the other hand, is just send them through. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go on the offensive. Why not? I'm not going to sit around here forever. and worry about Holt. What we're going to do is we're going to get actually kind of aggressive. I'm going to get a stack together, and I'm going to take Thrimfeld. We're going to start moving. Let's see. Garth is looking really good. This is a really good army, actually.
Captain. Sir. Forward. Orders. March. Sir.
We've got 6 units of mountain guards, which is like too many. Let's see, what do we have for archers, though? We need to start getting those guys in there.
Captain.
For longbows, I'm just going to start buying slings so that the merc pools can refresh. All right, back from a phone call. Where were we here? We were looking at the army here and determining what to bring. So maybe we're a little light on cav. We've got 6 units, but we could grab a couple more. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So what we want to do here is quickly, it's not going to be quick, but we want to relatively quickly deal with these big stacks of North Rune and force them back into like this settlement, which I have no desire to have. All these other ones are probably going to be fine. I mean, I'm surprised how well Garth is doing. It is fairly close to our new capital of Nerig Zagil, I guess it has to be said. So that's probably part of what's helping. We definitely want the cities around the sea. I guess what we could theoretically leave them in Hive, and then we wouldn't be bordering them anymore. And then we could try for a protectorate. That seems to work a little better sometimes when you don't share a border with a faction you're trying to make your protectorate. But I also kind of want Hythe for myself because it's a coastal settlement. It's got timber. So this could be a nice wealthy place. I would definitely want to get Fennis Rim. This one. Fornhud is pretty good, I think, in terms of resources as well. And Gargal will just borders everything else. We get some road networks already in place here, so they've been busy doing a lot of building for us. So I think what we want to do is, let's see, maybe we can kill the King of Dale with these guys. Let's put together a team. Kill the King of Dale. If he'll stay and fight, he may not. He may get a look at our spears and decide to head off. But now is the time when I think we do want to go for the Fort of Karnan. I mean, we could still leave the fort there as just a sort of a blocking type of a thing. Whoops. So 48 Dragon Slayers, very dramatically named bodyguard unit here. Haven't seen any dragons in quite a while, so I'm not sure how appropriate that name is. Don't mind me, I'm just hating on Dale. They're always very strong. And typically I play factions like Rune, or the smaller Northman factions. Alright, so let's hedgehog you guys up. I don't think we've used this. Get our cavalry going around the side, and let's bring spearmen up here. Are you going to allow us to catch you is the question. Or are you just going to flee? Yep, looks like they're withdrawing. So that's very unfortunate. They're probably going to go all the way to the fort, if I had to guess. No, they're going back up into Dwarven territory, so that's good. We'll keep this army in the field, I think. Or actually, you know what? Let's bring them over in this direction. And train some, I guess, foresters? Good to have foresters. We'll retrain some of those guys. I don't know if we need more barding militia, but we'll go for some more cav from there. And yeah, let's go for Thrimfeld. I mean, why not? We'll go ahead and bring everybody up here.
Depleted, sir. Captain. March. Joining forces. Move depleted, sir. Orders. March.
If Adunabar wants to start something now, well, I guess they can. I am curious about the sizes of armies in this area. Pretty small, because this is not really a major front, it looks like, for either Dunland or Adunabar. Since Dunland has squeezed out Rohan, they're not really at war with them anymore, and they're just content to hold on to these settlements. So that's kind of nice. If I see the slightest move of Adunabar towards me, I need to make sure that I make the first strike. Bring you in here. And, yeah, let's go ahead and get some more March Wardens. And some hunters over here, I think. Some foresters down here. And some foresters over here. So we're just getting some training all over the place. And, you know, very quickly here, we will have some decent troops. I don't know. You know, these mountain guards, I'm kind of thinking, will be a better use over here. We'll keep them in Rhovanost for now. But I'm thinking we start going west. If we do, we could really use them. Okay, but the other thing we have to do is get going on this Outland Dominion over in Thordram. And then the other question is, do I want to destroy the Dominion building in Garth? I don't know. I'm seeing a blue face over there. I finished my homeland stuff in Rathwin. Oh, geez, I forgot to put this on low taxes. So yeah, I think maybe this is going to be an outland, but you know what? Maybe this one would be the one to do. This is either going to be an outland, maybe a fiefdom. Actually, what's Dale? That'll tell me. Okay, this is a fiefdom. Yeah, I'm not sure what Holt is going to be. At least the culture is going to be the same. Let's just leave it for now. Moving around some spies. Yeah, Last Bridge is looking good, although I can see that Tharbad has conquered up to the Great East Road. Okay, and they got that army around the other side. Well, I don't know how on earth they managed to do that. Let's just get a look at Arnor here. Yeah, they got the Watchtower of Amon. So it looks like Adunabar still has this stuff. Tharbad has not taken Bree. That is in the hands of Adunabar. So Adunabar is doing well in the north, or well enough anyway. And yeah, the Bjornings got over to Holt, like from the south. Let's see. I guess this is the army that I was seeing come through the forest, but I'm not sure why it's here. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put Thrimfeld under siege. We're technically neutral to them, but we'll just stay there. Yeah, perfect timing. We get some Rhovanion Ranger mercenaries in the pool of Thrimfeld. So now we have a full stack here and more mercenaries to come. That'll be good for garrison duty. Let's start getting our men over to the west. And this is not to say that we're necessarily going to be attacking Adunabar immediately. But I think that as we go for places like this, as we push back against the Bjornings, that is going to make Adunabar a little more interested in us. And they may be closing in on Rohan and finishing them, which gives Adunabar nowhere else to go. So rather than just leave this for a Dunabar to take, I figure we may as well grab it. And then that'll put us in a bit of a better position with regards to them. Okay, Garth we left. We're making 9,000, so that's pretty nice. So, is it time to start the war? Starting to see some great axes. One thing that I'm worried about kind of is the slingers here. North Rune can train slingers. They're, you know, not the greatest unit, of course, but they can be a little hard to deal with. Yeah, but I think we would be okay. You know, a good first move. Let's see, do I have any bowmen? I don't. But we'll do this. Bring you guys over here, get you guys together. Yeah, another unit of riders over here, and then these guys can take the fort of Karnan and then reinforce as we push over to the east. Rathwin, I'm waiting for this guy to get the attuned governor trait. It's going to take a little while. I will put this on local governance. Okay. And yeah, we're just seeing these tiny forces of Dale out and about. We'll attack the Bjornings next season, and I think that's where we're going to want to leave it. I think what we want to do in terms of attacking North Rune is take the fort of Karnan, then quickly besiege Gargal with like these forces. I don't know if we can train any more cav. Yes, we can. Let's bring over... That's right, we've got a unit of longbows. Let's take 2 over here. I think the rest of this is good. And then these guys can just help reinforce. Then we'll hit Gargal, because this seems to be pretty poorly defended. And then we'll use this army to start smashing the other forces of North Rune. Kind of in the meantime, though, we want to give some thought to the Rune area, because this is going to be a problem. So again, that's yet another reason why we're not attacking North Rune just yet. Okay, no big armies found by the emissary. So I don't know where that army came from. A couple of nobles here. And we've got our unit of Rhovanion Watch at Belligant. So, you know, we don't really need them against North Rune. They would be more useful against the Bjornings, honestly, because they train those cav that are fairly light and don't have a great charge, but they're melee, no javelins. So this would be a good unit to use in the west. All right, this may be it, although I think that Khand is probably going to win this. I mean, you never know. But I think we're going to see war probably last a little bit longer between Khand and Harad. All right, let's get another unit of March Wardens. And I guess we'll attack this Bjorning army. Okay, there's the King of Dale again. Okay, he could be annoying and attack us as we are besieging the fort of Karnan. I really don't want that to happen.
Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain.
So I guess what we could do
Forward.
is get everybody up here.
Forward. Orders. Engage the enemy.
And let's attack him with all this and see if he withdraws or if he sticks around. I think we can take him with these forces if he chooses to stick around and fight. Let's get up on the hill. Okay, he's way over there.
Reinforcements have arrived. This is hopeful news.
All right, our guys are coming from over here. It's this is gonna be a weird little battle. But the reason I want to do this is just so that I can keep him out of the Karnan fort. And then I can take out those Hearth troops better. Looks like he's withdrawing like a wuss. So hopefully he won't withdraw in that direction. And he is withdrawing in that direction, right into the fort. Oh my gosh. Alright, screw it. I don't care about this guy. I don't care about the Karnan fort. I don't need it. I'm just going to bypass it. Or how about... No, I don't need it. It's a stupid place. I'll get it later. You know, this is... For now, what this is doing is it's protecting me from Gargal, right? What I'll do is I'll keep these guys like in the trees here in case these guys come out of the woods and decide to attack one of these settlements. I'll keep this force here as a reserve. If there looks like the opportunity, again, this guy's old. He's seasoned, so he's not going to be around forever. Then we'll move, hopefully before they bring another general over there, and take the fort. All right. So that's done. I guess we got to fight Bjornings now. Get an army of single unit of woodmen.
Yes, Captain.
We do have some cav here we can bring up. Let's yeah, let's do that. I don't think we need the cav for this fight. I don't think we need the woodmen for this fight either. We've already got a unit that we can use as fodder for something. So let's go ahead and jump into this. 1,200 men. They've got a single unit of dogs. I think this is the army that we saw before. We've got like 7 or 8 units of archers, so I think we should be good. So looking at the stats here, the retainer longbowmen have a defense of 18, armor of 7. Dale longbowmen mercenaries, defense of 23, armor of 8. And so these guys, the longbowmen mercenaries, are the ones that I'm going to want out front. You know, they're going to just be better at absorbing blows. They're also the ones that are more expensive, to be honest. 220 upkeep versus 120, and there's fewer of them. So I'll have my retainers kind of in the back. These are the guys I want to preserve. I can certainly bring these longbowmen mercenaries back towards Dale to get retrained in the city of Dale. But I'm only going to do that when they have really been weakened in the course of a few battles here. So that's how I'm going to use them. They're going to be up front. I'll have my foresters kind of back into the flank. We have some other bowman mercenaries that we can put, I guess, up towards the front as well, or maybe back here. And then we've got woodman mercenaries there. Everyone else can skirmish away. And then we've got some riders. A bunch of light cav plus the general here, back the hunter. And we're attacking. But yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward battle. They're going to come towards us with some woodman bows. And we should be good to thin them out. Yeah, we're already shooting at them. This is what we want here. To get into a ranged duel with these guys so we can focus on taking out their archers. Yeah, we're doing quite a lot of damage. They're hitting us too, of course, but after this, they've got a couple more units of woodmen bows. And then the other one that I'd like to hit with my archers is the one that's way back here, these Bjorning war dogs. And their cavalry is going to be dangerous. But as usual, if we can focus all of our 5 riders against 1 or 2 of theirs, that's going to be good. Otherwise, we're really going to be relying on skirmish to keep away from this cav. All right, ranged battle is wearing down here. They may be sending forward their other archers in a minute, or they may just be waiting to see what we do. So I think I'm going to bring forth my longbows. Send them forward. All right, halt right there and focus fire on those woodmen bows, if you would. Now, they will skirmish away from these guys as they get close, and now these are in range of our other bowmen. All right, so let's stop them targeting those woodmen bows. They'll just skirmish freely away, and then when these guys turn around, we'll hit them in the back. All right, we took out about a third of one of those units. And a bunch of these guys are routing, so we'll just have them keep shooting. Okay. So they're moving everybody forward now. All right, they're actually bringing their general out way ahead.
General flees.
And he's fleeing already.
So the spirit of his army is broken too.
Alright, I gotta get away from this stuff. Yep, you can see they've routed some foresters over there. That's what these cav are so dangerous. And we did not have enough of our own riders or enough infantry to block. But again, I think to some extent, having units around just to block enemy cav is kind of overrated. I mean, yeah, we're going to take losses. We would anyway, though. Like, we would be losing those blocking units, right? Or we wouldn't be doing as much damage with our riders, or whatever the case may be. So yes, now we're definitely losing men. And we lost some archers. We lost some retainer longbowmen. Very sad. Where is this? Yeah, right here. But I think this is better. charging right into Woodman's spears here, but they're routing already, so this is a very good sign that we're pretty much done with the fight here. What's that? Retainer longbowmen. I think we need to go and rescue them, if at all possible. Let's get the Woodman Axemen over here to do some blocking. All right, we've saved those guys. Let's hit those Woodman Spears. Being chased by Woodman Riders. Okay, let's go over and hit them with the General, I guess. He's routed my Longbowmen Mercs. But we've routed them, routed the spears. Yep. Just whenever they bring a lot of cav, if they use them, then we're going to take losses because we just don't have our line. But that's where those Rhovanion watch guys are going to come in handy. Because we could post, you know, like 1 unit of those on each flank, right? Or 2 to just hold off those charging Woodman Riders. I don't know why we're not getting the end battle prompt. I guess someone was withdrawing somewhere. But anyway, yeah, it's a clear victory, but we lost about half our army. And we lost a lot of men among the retainer longbows. So, you know, it's always kind of a guessing game. Do you want overwhelming arrows in the sky? I mean, usually against the Bjornings, yeah. But to do that, you're basically sacrificing a bunch of those archers, you know, for the next fight. So I think what we want to do here... And we lost a unit because of auto-merge, which is always so frustrating. But I think what we'll do is we'll send these guys, a couple of units back up for retraining. Along with this unit of Longbowmen Mercenaries. And, yeah, I think that'll be fine. We'll just keep training out of here. Well, we saved Holt. For whatever that's worth. But it is nice to stop a big Bjorning army, I guess. And, you know, no one's around, at least as far as I can see. Let's bring you, let's see, 27, 37. Yeah, I think we're going to need to bring you back to be retrained.
Yes, Captain. Orders.
And we'll do this down at Rhovanion, I think. And it might be good to have some March Wardens up here, actually. Okay, we'll clean this up, and then in the next episode, we're going to see... Well, we're going to probably take Thrimfeld. We're going to give another shot at making Ruin our protectorate. We're going to get our forces together to deal some damage to the Bjornings and see how North Ruin likes being surrounded by us, because they're certainly get enough troops to do some real damage. So I hope you'll stick around for that to see what comes in the future. Until then, take care.